It's me! I know what you're thinking. Who's that guy with the strangely matte forehead? It's me. Right before we started, Trent, who's stand-in makeup because Michelle is ill, don't ask. Anyway, Trent came out and he put some powder on my forehead because apparently my head was shiny. I said, of course my head is shiny. I was born in Europe. Doesn't make any sense to me either. Anyway, apparently my head was shiny and I looked like an Olsen twin. They have got shiny heads, haven't they? That's why they have these bangs now. But sometimes when the wind blows, you can see... I love the Olsen twins, Mary-Kate and Osama. I know. It's my shiny forehead. I can't concentrate. What is a shiny forehead? They say that, it's one of these signs, I guess, or something like if you've got big hands. Like as big as those babies. Then you've probably got a shiny forehead. And you speak with a Scottish accent. Might even be a woman. Look, rest assured the show will be better than this. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes.
The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson. Sponsored by Progressive. Visit Progressive.com today.
It's hard to stay up, it's been a long, long day, and you've got the Sandman at your door. But hang on, leave the TV on, and let's do it anyway. It's okay, tomorrow's just your future yesterday.
Ladies and gentlemen, Craig Ferguson.
Hey! Come on in. Welcome to Los Angeles, California. Welcome to the Late Late Show. I am your host, TV's Craig Ferguson. Thank you. All right, thank you. Please. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much. And... Okay, thank you. That's it. Now, save some for the weekend. Don't give it all up on a Friday night. Don't do it. Don't give it all away too young. That's what I did. And now all I have is my regrets and my memories. And a few genuine call-ins. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about either. It's a great day for America, everybody. It's Friday, of course. Hooray! Yeah. And of course, this was the inauguration week in Washington. It was huge. There was the big giant thing and the inauguration, all the stuff. They've been hauling rubbish out all day. They've been hauling, they've 130 tons of garbage hauled out of Washington, and that's not including the previous administration. They're hold it all away. President Obama still hasn't revealed what the note was that George Bush left in the Oval Office, but we have it. Aha! We have it. Let's have a look at it. Let's see the note. Dear Brock, after Clinton's porn, bite me. No. Oh, there you go. That's not a joke. That really is what it was. Do you know where it's a big weekend this weekend? Scotland. Where's that? I'll tell you where it is. I don't know if you know this, but I grew up in Scotland. It's where I picked up the comedy accent. It's really true. Do we have a map of Scotland to let the folks see? There's Scotland there. Wankers, poofs, Protestant drunks, Catholic drunks. That gives you a breakdown of the area, really. In Scotland, Sunday night this weekend is Burns Night. It's a huge event over there. It's like St. Patrick's Day, Super Bowl Sunday, Mardi Gras. Well, maybe not much of Mardi Gras, but certainly Super Bowl Sunday, St. Patrick's Day. What I'm saying, there's a lot of drinking going on. Hooray for alcoholism. You sick bastards. Anyway, Burns Night is a celebration of the poet Robert Burns, who's considered Scotland's favourite son. Most people think it's me, but it's not. It's I'm like 328. The number one hero over there, Robert Burns. Do we have a picture of Robert Burns? There he is. Excellent. This Sunday, Scotland celebrates Robert Burns' 250th birthday. And he's a national icon, and no wonder, because during his lifetime, he was an out-of-control drunk with a string of illegitimate children. I know, he was a rock star of his day. One of his poems was called, and I am not making this up, this is absolutely true, you can check. He has a poem which was called 9 Inch Will Please a Lady. I know. Might surprise a lady as well. I don't remember how the poem goes. I think the first line was something about Nantucket, which is amazing that someone from Scotland 200 years ago knew about Nantucket. That's why Burns was a genius. And every year on Burns Night, people get together and recite his poems, and they eat traditional Scottish food, Scotch broth, bannocks, soup called cock-a-leekie. That's what it's called. I know, it sounds like an Italian at the urologist, but that's what it's called. Hey, dottore, coccalichi. Please don't, you'll wake the censors. And now, most people on Burns Night, they just eat haggis. If you don't know what haggis is if you imagine a hot pocket filled with sheep guts. And one of the poems they read aloud on Burns Night is Ode to a Haggis, about how great haggis is, which tells you how drunk everybody is when they're... The poem is Robert Burns' poem. It goes, Fair fire on his sonsy face, great chieftain of the puddin' race, aboon them all, ye tak your place, pain striper thern. And I know what you're thinking, what the hell does that mean? And here's what I have to tell you, I have no idea. And you're also thinking, here we go again, another late-night talk show host going on about 18th century Scottish poetry. Didn't Leno do this last week? I saw Leno do... Hey, Kevin, that Burns! What Robert Burns understood, which all men should understand, poetry is a great way to get a woman into bed. It is. It is. That's why Bill Clinton always gave poetry books to his dates. That's true. He gave a book of Walt Whitman poems to Hillary when they first met, and then he gave the same Whitman book to Monica Lewinsky. But I know, but that's true. Monica thought it was a Whitman sampler, though, so she just ate it. But it's still... I know it's wrong, but what can you do? Anyway, a lot of guys hand out poetry books to get laid. You see all that, they do it. I recommend The Prophet by Khalil Gibran, by the way. I used Khalil Gibran's The Prophet. Bill Clinton used Walt Whitman. Michael Jackson weirdly uses Dr. Seuss. I know, I feel kind of weird after that as well. You know, one of the earliest poems I ever heard was, there's a place in France where the ladies wear no pants. There's a hole in the wall where the men can see it all. I spent years scouring France for that place. Only to find it in Las Vegas. You know who the best poets are now today, of course? Rappers. They are. It took me quite a while to warm up to rap music, I've got to admit, but I'm a middle-aged white guy. But I really, you know, it's not really what kind of rap can we write to appeal to the middle-aged white rap audience. But now I love it, which I'm sure is a great relief to the hip-hop community. You're welcome, all my bros and hoes. But they... country, though, of course, got their favourite poet. Scotland has Robert Burns, England has Shakespeare, America we have Sir Mix-a-Lot. I love his poetry. Even Shakespeare couldn't write poetry like Sir Mix-a-Lot. He tried it, though. I like big butts and I cannot lie. All right, we will take a break and we'll be right back. Don't give it all away on a Friday. Save some for Sunday afternoon. You just wooed Sunday afternoon. Doesn't make any sense at all. Woo, Sunday afternoon, yeah! Time to rock. This is the show tonight we're celebrating poetry. You know, there's one thing that gives poetry a bad name, and that's bad poetry. Because a lot of people think they can write poetry, and they can't. A lot of people. I'm talking to you, lonely teenagers, and people just out of rehab. I know. I've been through it. If you feel like writing poetry when you're newly sober, don't. Don't. But I want to write about no. But no. Anyway, I can't be helping people out. I've got to read the... Do we have time for an email tonight, do we?
Yes, it's email time again. Put down your ganja, it's time to check the mail.
Yeah, man. Email time again. We always play that jingle on a Friday, because on a Friday night, you know, a lot of the kids enjoy. This is from Danita in Chicago. Danita says, I've done that every night for 4 years. Danita in Chicago says, hey, Craig, Friday is National Pie Day. What's your favourite pie? Today is Pie Day! I've been rabbiting on about poetry. I could have been talking about pies. My favourite pie, actually, is... If you're offended, it's only because you've got a dirty mind. This is from John in Bristol in Rhode Island. John says, are you doing anything special for the 250th anniversary of the birth of Robbie Burns? Nah. This is from Leslie in Jonesboro in Arkansas, or Arkansas if you're illiterate. Craig, says Leslie, I've been trying to come up with an email that could get read on air. Do you have any pointers? Nope. This is from Steve in Clark in New Jersey. Steve says, dear Craig, I need some dating advice. You've come to the right place. I need some dating advice. How can you tell if a girl is crazy? Let me put this diplomatically. I've always found the best way to tell if a girl is crazy is ask her to marry you. If she says yes, she's crazy. But by that time, it's too late. I don't even know why I'm saying that. Let's see, what have you got? This is from Alicia in Anderson in Indiana. I'm going to Indiana soon, and I'm looking forward to it. Hey, Craig, says Alicia, I am writing a new story, and I wanted to put you in it, but should I put you in as a good guy or as a bad guy? Bad guy. You know why? Because bad guys are more interesting, aren't they, bad guys? I think bad guys are more interesting. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah, we got an audience of bad guys here tonight, I tell you. You can tell they're bad guys. They wooed Sunday afternoon. I tell you, I nearly had to leave. I was like, I'm scared. People here enjoy the weekend so much. They're so bad. They can't be tamed. Bad guys are more interesting, though, because, you know, you think of the good guys, right? And how interesting are they? James Blunt. Oh. Who's that other one? John Mayer. Oh, please. Don't you ooh me. I don't give a rat's ass. It's America. I can say what I like. Bad guy. You know who's the Lemmy from Motorhead? That's who I want to be. So I'd like to be Lemmy from Motorhead in your story. We've gone way over time, haven't we? I can't help it, I'm a bad guy. We'll be right back, everyone. Craig, I hear you ask, why are you galloping across your desk like some sort of gay pony? I'll tell you why. Because it's Friday and I can't live by your rules. Because I'm a bad guy. Sometimes I woo on Sunday afternoon. Please, that's enough. Now, yesterday, of course, the Academy Award nominations were announced, and that's great news. Well, it means now, again, we get the chance to recognize achievements in acting. And a lot of people think acting, come on, that's just people pretending to be other people. No, it's a science. And there's a program on TV with a host that gets deeper into the craft of acting, deeper and deeper and deeper into the very important, world-changing talent of acting than anyone else. Take a look at this.
And now, inside the world of acting, with Sir Cornwell Barnes.
I am Sir Cornwell Barnes, star of the London stage and renowned instructor in acting. Today, my guest is one of the most profoundly esteemed actors in the history of acting, Mr. Daniel Craig. Enlighten us, my fellow thespian, onto your approach to acting.
What's that?
I'm talking about acting.
I'm sorry.
Acting! The living art, the craft of Thespis. Damn it, man! Just tell me what it's like to act. Because for me, acting is like being born. Sprung from the loins of Mother Theatre, covered by the icky goo of Artus Dramatis. I howl like a babe yearning for the squishy nipple that is acting. Perhaps it's a ship of being. I am but a lowly seaman, swabbing the decks of dramatic persone, the monotony broken only by rum, buggery, and the sweet sting of the lash. Ah! But mostly the buggery. Next question. What do you think of my acting?
Well, there's no...
Enough! Let's talk about James Bond. Did you know I auditioned to play the villain in From Russia with Love?
No, Mr. Bond. I don't expect you to talk. I expect you to die.
Fine. Be that way.
That went quite well, I think.
And that was Inside the World of Acting with Sir Cornwell Barnes.
Inside the world of acting. We'll take a break. We'll be right back, everybody. Welcome back. No, I'm serious this time, because, you know, so, like, what I do here, right, sometimes I interview people. I know, it's stupid, but I do it. And most of the time I look forward to it. I think, well, this will be nice. But actually, this next interview, I'm a little bit scared. I'm like... Because my first guest tonight is a legend. A legend. He's been he just got a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Screen Actors Guild. Please welcome the powerhouse that is James Earl Jones. Welcome, James. It's very nice to meet you, sir. Knock it off. Don't woo James Earl Jones, you disrespectful bastard.
Were you whispering?
No, I didn't say a thing. I whispered a little bit. I'm a little intimidated by you.
That's the new style of acting, though, isn't it? Whispering. Whisper acting, yeah, I'll discuss that later, maybe.
Well, you discuss it now.
Okay.
Do you like the whisper acting?
No.
Why?
No, I don't understand it.
Well, you can't hear it.
Language is words, and words is voice, and I think, like Shakespeare was intended to be voice, you know?
Yeah.
Not rasp. Whisper is rasp.
What about some of these French actors don't talk at all? They just wear a stripy T-shirt and pretend things are happening.
Oh, that's also another art, isn't it?
Yeah,
yes,
the mime. Did you ever do mime when you were training?
No, I'm not that graceful.
I don't know. You're a very, very elegant man. I think you'd be good at it.
No. It requires a lot of relationship with the space and the air, you know.
Yeah, when you put it like that, I realise what a fool I am for even suggesting. Do you find people are intimidated by you quite a lot? You're quite intimidating. I mean, you're Simba's dad. You know what I mean? In the line, people are quite intimidating. Very regal man.
It's nothing I do.
Well, but you have a very kingly presence, is what I'm saying.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it is.
I should use that, perhaps.
Well, you do all the time, don't you? I mean, you play. Oh, you're always playing very powerful men, aren't you?
No, you know, everyone who has a bass voice, I think. One, you can either relax people,
yes,
like with children, or you sound like you're grounded, whether you are or not. You know?
Are you a grounded man?
Yeah, I'm a farmer. Yeah.
You're a farmer?
I'm a farmer.
What kind of farming do you farm?
Goats.
Goats?
Yeah. Goats.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Do you talk to the goats?
Oh,
you go
yes.
and say,
Oh, yes.
goats, all the goats over here.
And boy, they talk back, too. Yeah.
Goats are very famously bad-tempered.
The what?
Bad-tempered goats.
Oh, it depends. The males tend to be a bit aggressive, you know.
Yeah.
But otherwise.
Lady goats not so bad-tempered?
No, not
All right.
not
Well,
so
that's
much.
good news.
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
It's good news for the male goats, anyway. I'm sorry, I just never thought we'd end up talking about goats.
You never know. Yeah.
No, I don't. But now, where do you farm? Are you in the east or the west coast?
Upstate New York.
It's
up in
cold
the
up there in the winter
very,
time.
very cold now. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have trouble with the storms when you were there?
Oh yeah. A lot of shoveling, you know.
Snow?
Yeah.
Do you ski?
Oh no, I skied in the army, which was skiing uphill, you know.
Sounds like quite a technique.
Yes.
I've done some downhill skiing. I've never seen anyone ski uphill before. They sometimes get things topsy-turvy in the military, though, don't they? And
Yeah.
Ski up. Let's everybody ski uphill. Are you sure? Yes. But that's an order.
A little bit of skiing sideways too, and.
Well, probably, to get to the bottom of the next hill.
I loved it.
You like skiing? Well,
Yeah,
you're in the right
I
place.
love the army.
Oh, you love the army?
Yeah.
How long were you in the army?
Just 2 years.
Well, you should have stayed in for a bit longer then, if you liked it. It was only 2 years.
I could have stayed in, but I wanted to come out and try acting.
Oh, well, yeah, I suppose that was the right way to go. And then, of course, famously, one of your most famous, or two of your most famous roles, you're not even really there. It's just your voice. It's Darth Vader and
Mufasa. That's wonderful, because can you imagine in Lion King seeing Whoopi Goldberg with her own face doing that freaking out she does in that the hyena?
Oh, easy. I like Whoopi now. She's a nice woman.
Oh no. I mean, I like her too, and she was brilliant. But I can't imagine. What do you put your self-consciousness if you have your face open?
Yeah.
But being up behind the mask of the hyena or behind the lion, it's much easier. You're free. Like the Greeks, the Greek acting.
With the masks, of course. Yeah. Did you ever do any mask acting?
No. Just animations,
I think you want to try some mask acting near goats.
They would freak out.
They would freak out. I'm telling you.
Yeah. And the males would
they'd
come
come
after
right out.
you.
They'd be like,
Oh,
what
yeah.
the hell is this? What the hell is this? And it'd be like, ah! And the female goats would be like, can everybody just calm down? Well, that's good news. Now, these goats that you raise on your farm, do you eat them?
I threaten to.
Right, yeah.
But my family says no, we don't eat pets.
No. How many do you have? How many goats do you have?
Oh, only half dozen right now.
Well, that's not much of a farm, James, if you don't mind me saying so.
And what I raise is rocks and trees.
Oh, it's just land. You like to walk around the land?
Yeah.
Just saying, this is all mine, I own all of this.
Yeah.
All you goats over there, you belong to me.
Yes. You had... Is James Bond here?
James Bond, Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
No, he's not been here. I have to say, I prefer. He's good. I like him. He's good. Yeah.
No, but did you push a red button on him?
I pushed a red button. I don't have the red button anymore. I would never push a red button on you.
I was expecting that.
No. No, relax. Imagine you're a female goat. Everything's fine. Be as relaxed as a female goat.
Yeah. But you were talking about acting.
I was.
Yeah, with Mr. Craig, with Craig.
Yeah.
And I think characters are born not only equal, but they're born pure. And it's like the Earth, when the Earth was first put into orbits, it was pure, then it went wobbly. I think all characters go a little wobbly too.
Can I ask you a seemingly unrelated question? Do you smoke marijuana?
That's one way to get wobbly.
You can get wobbly, sir.
Yeah. But no, that would be cheating. That would be cheating, you know.
Listen, we have to take a break. Will you hang around and talk to us some more? Will you? I know you're not scheduled
What
to.
are you
You've got stuff to
smoking?
do. I'm just saying, if you've got a little time, I wouldn't mind carrying on talking to you. Do you mind? I have to show some commercials.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
And then we'll talk some more?
Yes.
All
Okay.
right, but we'll
We'll
be
go
right
crazy.
back with James Earl Jones. I'm here with the legend that is James Earl Jones. We were talking a bit about acting, and of course you're getting your Lifetime Achievement Award.
How about that?
Yeah, that's fantastic. Congratulations.
From SAG, and I like all the awards because I think the awards are just celebration about the fact that what we do is important, because it's called entertainment and sometimes it's not taken seriously.
Right.
But I just mentioned Frank Langella. I mean,
That's a great movie. Movie, isn't it? The first
I'm
movie?
not promoting Frank. He's an old friend of mine, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Well, okay, he's not that good then. Let's say that.
But you know, he gets the wobble of that character,
Yeah.
and every character has that.
What, the
He's
wobble?
A little crazy, a little wobbly. You don't have to play it,
Right.
but you have to be aware of it. And the author often tells you all you need to know about it, but the actor should be on top of that too.
See, this is why I never worked out as an actor. I had never knew anything about wobbliness.
No, that's great.
I thought it was all about your hair.
Oh no, it's about the wobble.
Yeah. Do you see a lot? Do you watch a lot of the young actors now and say that's a great actor in the making, or that one? Do you notice the young ones? That,
Yeah, oh yeah.
Who do you think that is coming through now? That
Terrence
you
Howard, I work with him.
He's
on
been here.
stage.
He is
Yeah, I know.
spectacular.
Yeah.
He has that thing that you have, though. He has that presence thing. That kind of weird authority that I find quite interesting and strangely attractive. I'll admit it. Yeah.
Even more powerful than the authority is he has a wobble.
Yeah. Well, yes.
I
well,
mean,
you can't do it without the wobble, apparently. Yeah.
He's a little scary.
Terrence,
and you
yeah.
don't know why. He's not playing scary, but his intensity is a little scary.
No, I know why he's scary.
Why?
He'd cut you.
Or shoot you.
You cross him, he'll cut you.
Yeah, well, it's easy to believe that. with
That's right.
Terrence.
That's
Yeah,
right. I don't know if he
yeah.
actually would, although he would.
But you see, when you bring that wobble to the character, it makes it more interesting.
Yeah.
And more revealing in a way, you know.
Is that why the good actors are mostly insane?
They say the comedians have to be insane.
Yeah.
But you know, I miss George Carlin a lot.
Ah, Carlin was great. Were you a friend of Carlin?
and thank God we have Chris Rock.
Chris Rock is sensational.
Yeah,
as well,
the comedians in a way are more into the wobble thing than serious actors are.
Well, I think they can't
They
avoid
reveal
the wobble.
they reveal a whole lot, you know, without taking on a character. They just,
Yeah.
you know, the whole.
Do you,
whole act.
when you come out here for away from the goat farm, do you enjoy Hollywood? Do you enjoy the Hollywood parties and the razzmatazz here?
I avoid it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
You don't like it then? You don't like the red carpet?
Oh, I
and,
love it.
What you wearing, James?
I love it, but I can't compete. You know?
Oh, what are you talking about? Of course you can. You're James Earl Jones. You can walk up there.
You give me some goats to walk among, and I'm okay. You know.
There are some goats out there. There are plenty of them. Now, did you go straight from the army then into the acting, or
Yeah,
you
yeah,
did?
yeah.
And what was it? Theatre work you did?
Yeah, I went to New York and studied acting.
And did you just have to walk around doing the auditions and trying out for
as
stuff?
much as you can. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I always hated auditions. I always felt very nervous.
But you did it, right?
I did, yes,
Yeah.
and didn't do very well.
No one does.
Hence this, you know.
No one does.
It's very humiliating.
Yeah. No doctor gets rejected, no lawyer gets rejected more than once a day.
Right.
Actors get rejected several times a day.
Yeah, no,
and that's part of it, you know.
It's the thing I always thought about, you know, if my son ever wants to be an actor, you know, when he's a kid, I'm going to say, no, I love you, but no, because that's what you're going to hear most of your life as an actor. You know, they love you, but no.
Yeah.
So you might as well get used to it.
But that's a good way to learn where to put your ego.
Yes.
If you can handle that, you can handle anything.
Well, every mistake I make in my life, I was just talking to someone today about it, every mistake I make is always when I let my ego get ahead of the facts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, every single, even when it's just like driving the car.
Yeah.
Like if I'm trying to change lanes and someone cuts me off, it's not like they're driving on the freeway and just doing their thing. It's like they're cutting me off. Me, the great lane guy. You know, I mean, it's my ego gets in the way all the time.
You have to take on a guardianship that I'm in charge. I'm in charge of, of their safety.
Yes. Yeah. But you're James Earl Jones. You actually are in charge of their safety.
I used to use a CB radio, and I used Darth Vader as my handle.
Did you really?
Freak people out.
Oh, bet it did, yeah.
I had to stop doing that.
Oh, no, you should do it more often.
Truckers would just freak out, and I had to stop. I stopped doing it.
Well, a lot of the
because it sounded like Darth Vader.
Well, it is Darth Vader. It is Darth. It's you did the voice of Darth Vader. It's Darth Vader. I mean, Dave Prowse was the actor who walked around as Darth Vader, wasn't he? The
Scotsman.
He was Welsh, actually. They're much the same.
He was Welsh?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Oh, no,
I know, yeah, no, it's very...
David Prowse?
David Prowse was the shame of his life.
Sorry, David. I've always... I thought of you as Scottish.
But you know what? He might have been. I don't know the man. I could have been.
But that's how I got the job,
you can't tell by the walk, you know.
Oh, what a stride, though.
Well, he had a good stride.
6'7".
That man could wear a cape.
Oh, yeah. But that's how I got the job. You know, he had a tender voice, I think.
Yeah, his voice was very good. The original Darth Vader, he was like, Darth Vader.
Well, it was something.
Yeah.
But I got the job because Lucas wanted the bass voice, or shall I say, a darker voice.
Yes.
And so he hired this guy from Mississippi who was raised in Michigan who stuttered, and that was me.
Yeah.
Got the job.
That's right, you talk about having a stutter. I haven't ever noticed you stutter, ever, in
try
conversation.
not to.
No. Do you ever get it? Does it ever come up?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I am still a stutterer, and See? Marlon Brando made stuttering a part of the American style of talking.
Yeah, he did, actually, yeah. Didn't know anything about goats, though, God bless him.
You can stutter with goats. In fact, as a kid, I stopped talking between the age of 4 and 14. But among the farm animals, I could talk pretty well. Oh, yeah.
Is that how you expressed yourself as a kid?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Gee-haw, whoa, suk-haw, chick, 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 you know. Basic sounds, yeah.
You do smoke a lot of marijuana, right?
No, I wouldn't know how to grow it.
No. I'm kidding. It's an honor to talk with you, sir. I do hope you'll come back and talk to us again.
You bet.
And congratulations on the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Thank you.
James Earl Jones.
What did we learn on the show tonight?
Everybody else saw that too, right? The first thing I'd like to say is my apologies to Rosemary DeWitt. She, I have a feeling, will be back next Thursday, and we'll have her on the show then, because I talked too long to James Earl Jones, who has a love of goats, and I found it... I have to say, I just found that fascinating. What an interesting man he was. Wasn't he an interesting man? I know. Very kingly, you know, sort of like a king. I mean, if I was going to cast him in something, I'd cast him maybe as a king. I know we've run out of time, and we have. I'm not meant to talk anymore, and yet... you never get... You just want to stay around a little more, just have one more? Forget it. I'll see you Monday. Good night, everybody.